Here's everything you need to know about the SpaceX IPO tomorrow and what I'm doing about it in under 3 minutes. IPO stands for Initial Public Offering, but the better acronym is probably overpriced. SpaceX is aiming for the largest IPO of all time at $1.75 trillion valuation with $135 per share. This would immediately make it a top 10 company in the US despite the fact that it lost $5 billion last year and isn't profitable by accounting metrics. It's also only offering 4% float, meaning most of its shares aren't even available, further driving up prices artificially. SoFi and Robinhood are both offering SpaceX IPO shares, but just skip this, it's not worth it. You might say, well, if it's overpriced, I just won't buy it, right? That's where you may be wrong. Elon has been pushing extremely hard to get SpaceX included into major market indices. Index funds have become synonymous with common sense, passive investing, and while it has been likely a net benefit to society and investors as a whole, its downside is that it abides by very clear and gameable rules. For this IPO specifically, Nasdaq changed its rules to allow SpaceX into their index a mere 15 trading days after IPO, compared to the 3 months it was before. FTSE Russell, which makes the Russell 3000, 1000, and 2000, went from 12 months to 5 trading days. This is why investors are being warned that their retirement accounts will be used as exit liquidity, meaning they're forced to buy something overpriced and there's nothing they can do about it. However, there is one index that will not be moving their inclusion timeline, and that's the S&P 500. They will still require at least 12 months of reporting history and profitability for a company to join their index. Honestly, this is such a relief for all index investors, and it shows that there's still some good in the investing world. I'm happy to report that I've been recommending the S&P 500 to everyone whose assets I advise on, which at this point is roughly over 50K, and I can sleep at night knowing all these people are safe from this daylight robbery. So what am I doing in light of this IPO? Personally, I eliminated my entire QQQM position despite it providing great returns in the time I held it. This is purely out of principle. The economic utility of trust is arguably one of the most important aspects of productive trade, and the fact that I can no longer trust NASDAQ to honor their responsibilities to the people who own their funds, or own funds that track their index is enough news for me. I've also moved over my VTI position into VOO in Roth because I didn't have to worry about causing a taxable event. I will keep my VTI shares in my taxable brokerage for now since I didn't want to pay extra taxes, but the SpaceX percentage will be relatively negligible because of the adjusted float. Although VTI and VOO are 99% correlated, any additional funds through dollar cost averaging will go towards VOO for me till the mid to late 2027, where the market hopefully will have stabilized after the mega IPOs of SpaceX, Anthropic, and OpenAI. After this point, I might consider moving back to VTI because I do like the idea of owning the entire market and then tilting towards specific convictions. What are you doing in light of the SpaceX IPO? Let me know in the comments below.